So I'm leaving Paris after a year of living here, and I guess I should explain myself. There's been this voice in the back of my head for the last month or so telling me that it's better to be the first to leave the party than the last. Like, you don't want to be there when all the lights come on and you can really see all the fun for what it was. Like, trash everywhere and the floor is sticky. I don't want to feel like Paris is a sticky, dirty party that I didn't leave soon enough. And I really want to leave on a high note. And that's honestly not the whole truth. I was looking for an apartment here, and it's literally just impossible as a foreigner who also has managed to maintain unemployment for pretty much a year to find an apartment. And I don't blame people for not wanting to rent to me. But fortunately, Ryan is letting me stay in his apartment right now, even though he's already moved to Japan. I woke up this morning and opened the fridge and the lights were off, and I was like, oh, this is weird. And then I went to turn on the light, and oh, all the lights are off because there's no power. Yeah, so it's kind of like glamping right now, but I'm really grateful to have a place to stay. I really feel like it's gotten to a point where I'm relying too heavily on other people, and I feel a certain type of way about my relationships here. I feel like I've really strained them by being so in need. And I don't like that feeling. So I'm camping here for the next couple days, and then I've got a flight to Portugal. I found this random Airbnb. I thought I was gonna go to the south of France after I couldn't originally find an apartment in Paris. And then I randomly found one in Porto, and I've done my astrocartography before, so I knew that I had a line going directly through Porto. So this Airbnb is hand delivered to me. It aligns with my stars or whatever. So I took it as kind of a message that maybe this is a chance to get some things in realignment. I feel emotional about leaving though. I feel like Paris is the land of opportunity, and I am finally at a point where I love leaving the house, and I just feel like I have an infinite amount of things to do and people to meet. And for the first 9 months of me living here, I think I told everyone that it was super overwhelming to me, and I felt like Copenhagen was the perfect size city for me. But now, after having gone back to Copenhagen and after having spent the summer here, I really feel like Paris is a perfect city. And yeah, I don't want to leave, but it's just the way that things played out. And other doors opened, and who am I to not go through them? So I think I'm gonna go meet up with my friend Christine. I don't really know. I've just been packing and getting ready. There's so much to do, and I also have the responsibility of meeting with Ryan's landlord to give back the keys. So I'm scared a little bit, but yeah. Let me show you what I've packed. This is my designated corner of the apartment where I keep my suitcase, and the smeg box is what I was filming on. Now, I pretty much have my stuff packed. I don't know, there's just so much stuff, and I don't want to carry this all around, but I'm not going to ship it home, and it's just a headache. I never wear any of this, but don't look at my pills. Yeah, I don't know. I basically have too much to do and no electricity to do it with. So yeah, I'm packing up dirty laundry and stuff that hopefully I can just wash there. But I need to get out of the house because it's my last days in Paris and I need to enjoy it. As the lovely Peaches once said, just enjoy it. Oh la la.
We're both wearing a trench coat.
It's so cute. I don't actually know what to say. Fan meet and greet, fan meet up.
Wait, this is so cute.
Button to the top. Button to the top.
You might not be ultra accurate.
Okay, this is kind of scary. I've kind of had like an imperfectly perfect day. And then I came home and the power is still out, so I went to the store and got myself a little candle. So sorry if this is giving like horror film. After I went to the store, I decided to go to McDonald's because I thought they were gonna have a bunch of outlets and they didn't have any outlets actually. So my phone's about ready to die, so I'm trying not to use the flashlight. And while I was at the, oh, that's super scary. While I was at the outletless McDonald's, I wrote in my journal a little bit and I'm gonna read it in the candlelight. I'm feeling really sentimental about Paris. Like in the last video I posted, like I was talking about how much I felt like it was time to move on from Paris, and now I feel completely not that way. So how do I get cute lighting? The boy writes, and the boy is me. The light in the fridge was off when I went to retrieve my morning yogurt. No time displayed across the microwave. Ryan was supposed to originally leave yesterday, and the utilities with him, I suppose. I grabbed a second yogurt for breakfast this morning. Still cool enough to not worry about contracting something. It's cold and wet today. The first time I've gotten to wear my thrifted brown trench coat with only Chinese labels inside. The first real day of fall. The back of my throat promising to be sore tomorrow morning. My jeans are soaked to the knee from walking all day. I went home and put my Greyhound printed pajamas on just to put my wet blue jeans back over them. I figured that extra heat generated will help dry them off in no time. Tonight's mission consists of two things. One, a scented candle from U Express, with which I will navigate the apartment at night. Two, the cheapest menu item from McDonald's at one of the seats upstairs. I walked to the nicer one on Rue Lafayette, only to find a lack of power outlets, which had been the original intention of the iPad and series of cords in my small black bag. Despite its shortcomings, I wouldn't trade today for anything. The reflection on the pavement, it makes up for my wired headphones catching on the button of my coat with seemingly every other stride. This is the Day by The is playing, and there seems to be no shortage of people outside as the sun sets over happy hour. I love Paris. I had been so wrong in June. The city is nothing to belong to or mold into my own. It is maybe only something to navigate, come to, move through, maybe stay a while. The luckiest will get their hearts shattered. I can't even pinpoint where I lost it, but the grains like sand slowly then all at once bled through my clenched fist. My minced love lies throughout the city, collecting in corners where houseman buildings with ambitions of a boulevard meets medieval Paris, intertwined forever. That's true love. I just had to go to the grocery store to get my morning coffee because obviously there's no power and the fridge isn't working, so I couldn't like store a coffee in there yesterday. And speaking of the fridge, my homework for this morning is to clear out all of my food that I let rot in the fridge because I didn't want to deal with it yesterday. As you can see, when I open the fridge, no light is cast upon my being, which means the fridge is dead. I mean, there's not really that much stuff in here anyways, so yeah. I'm really upset about these. I wanted to eat the rest of them, but they're still kind of cold, but I can tell that's gonna give me something. Oh my god. Cool, 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 cool. Cool. Another day of hard work. I've basically been packing and cleaning all morning. It's really kind of a shrinking feeling to watch your life fit into like 2 tiny suitcases. I guess one's not that tiny, but the other one is really tiny. And for a while, I've really started to get to a point where I'm starting to crave like normalcy now, and I'm really craving some permanence, and I want to like stay somewhere. And I feel like a broken record talking about this, but it would be nice, even though I don't know if I'd ever actually be comfortable staying in one place. The grass is always greener on the other side, so. But I know there's definitely no permanence in my future anytime soon, so I'm just gonna keep hacking. I do need to make a second attempt at charging my phone and iPad today, since I couldn't do it last night. This whole like living off the grid situation in this apartment with no power is honestly kind of refreshing. Like I can't be on my phone. I have to read. I have to just sit by the candle. Maybe there's more than one lesson to be learned here. Anyway, let's go get a cappuccino in exchange for some electricity. Oh my god, no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Regardez droit devant vous. Voici votre conduite.
Ooh,
Choisir cette
it's
pour
close.
de la caméra. Utilisez
It's cute, but it's not quite cute, dude. Not to be so random, but I felt like I was having a good hair day, so... And I need to get my Luxembourg passport soon, so I might as well get the photos here. Mean mug. We have to go get a snack now. We're gonna have a chip lunch or a baguette lunch or something. Ew.
When she messaged me on WhatsApp, she was like,
Yeah, I wanna try it.
I don't think you would like it as much as like noodles, because I like noodles better.
Hello, I'm in Portugal. Yeah. Take a look. Take a gander. I'm just like getting situated in my apartment right now. There's not a whole lot to situate, I guess, but I'm really excited. And also, this wasn't online either. So that is in fact a pool, and it like reflects into my room. So it's giving super call me by your name vibes, right? Anyways, so literally the first thing I did when I got here was take down the horrible Hobby Lobby artwork that was on the walls. Relax. Happy, happy, happy. Yeah, I'm like staying here too long for that to be a thing. So I brought these like posters I had in Paris, and I'm gonna try to customize my room per se. Make it a little more me since I'm here for the month. It's just like these scans of stuff in my friend's bag and my bag. Yes, Haribo, hello. Sponsor me, sponsor me. So I'm thinking I'll just like, I don't know. I can deal with that later. The only thing is, they like hung the relax, be happy with these ugly ass strips. So I need to like use the posters to cover it up. It's gonna be a whole thing. Also, I wasn't expecting this in my room. Disregarding the shower next to the bed, which is also right next to the kitchen. It's a really small room, so you can't avoid that, but is the fire hydrant like necessary to keep right next to the bed? I don't know, I just find this a little off-putting. Like, should I be worried about catching on fire at night? So I don't know how loud this is, but I'm just gonna move it to the bathroom for now. More out of sight, out of mind. So I do think this is a slightly better resting place. Yeah, I can't believe I'm here after, well, I was gonna say like all the work I did to get here, but I don't feel like I really did that much. Other than like having to deal with a landlord who barely spoke English, but that's kind of what you sign up for when you move to France. So since I'm here for a month, I just really want to be really intentional with my time, I guess. It's both like a very short amount of time in the grand picture, but also it's a really long time to just be hanging out in a country. So I've set some goals for myself while I'm here. First goal being, I have to go to the beach every day that it is sunny. And today is day one of that, so I'm gonna figure out how to get to the beach by bus eventually this afternoon. My second goal for this trip plainly is to reach 50K on TikTok. I just wanna be really productive, especially like towards my actual like dreams or like further to reach aspirations. Like I probably should be applying for more architecture jobs and following the like responsible route, especially at least to appease my parents. Like, I don't know, but at some point I'm gonna have to start paying off my student loans, so I have to kind of tap in. But right before I left Paris, I felt like things were really coming to like a point where it felt like my work was sort of paying off in social media. Not that I've been working that hard, but I've definitely been working hard enough to where now I'm like at 30,000 followers, and that feels like a lot. But yeah, I like connected with some other people in Paris who are like working in social media. I mean, I'm not working in social media, but these people like are actually doing it full time. And it's really inspiring to be around people like that, especially when they're our age and like doing the thing that feels so impossible. It really shows that it isn't far from reach. And so I sort of last minute met up with my new friend Sarah, and she's kind of big in the atmosphere of Americans on TikTok in Paris. And she invited me to this like influencer party. It was some girl's birthday party. Sorry, I don't even know if I told her happy birthday. I was really working the room. I mean, it was exciting to just be around a big group of Americans. Like, I'm never in that setting in France, and that's where I perform most highly. So yeah, I had a lot of fun and I met a lot of people, but people were coming up to me being like, oh, I've seen your apartment videos. And I was like embarrassed, but they were like, oh, you must get that all the time. No. But it's interesting that other people doing what I want to do have like seen my work and talked about it with each other, and it just feels validating and it's nice. And I have this momentum going, and I want to actually take it somewhere and deliver myself somewhere before my month of like sort of freedom is over. Because at the end of the month, I really do need to face like a reality if I'm going home to get a job that pays off my student loans, or if this is something that can do that for me and while putting me through less office siren core pain. Because like that's what working in office is. Sitting behind a desktop all day, that's suffering. That's not living. But that might be somewhere I end up, so I need to also make my peace with that possibility. But in the meantime, I should at least fight for what I want so that I never have regrets of not having lived and having tried and having created. Anyways, all of that to say, it's time to go to the beach.